It is time for the royal appointment. You'll never guess what it was about last week. You probably guessed it. Sussex's response speaks volumes about how important the Hollywood set is to their careers. Well, that's an interesting take. The writer starts this piece off with an admission. She had planned to write about Prince Harry's outing to New York. Okay, but you didn't. She says he has rehearsed his onstage addresses diligently, which feels like an insult. It's good to be prepared. Did y'all learn nothing from Mulan? Quote, instead, a new American celebrity magazine cover has dropped. Which you didn't have to cover. I'll give a generous take. Maybe your editor said, you're covering this story, it's gonna get more clicks. The piece goes on to regurgitate what the Hollywood Reporter wrote or basically pieced together from old articles about Meghan and Harry and staffing issues. This perfectly sums up why Harry and Meghan have no need for the British media. British media, who routinely say that Harry and Meghan are irrelevant, they're not working royals, report on their staffing at their foundation like it's breaking news, like it's royal news, while ignoring the staffing turnover that has happened in Kensington Palace. Catherine's supposed new, tough, top-notch private secretary quit before she even started. No reporting on that, though. But it's the response to it from Team Sussex that has been nothing short of remarkable. And that was the Us Weekly piece that had quotes from former Sussex employees on record. And while she finds this fascinating, she can't help but wonder about press strategy. Quote, it's another attempt at having the last word and setting the record straight. Record stretch. Yes, because who could forget the ways in which the palace supported them in their attempts to push back about false, misleading stories or just printing something that was clearly illegal, like a private letter between the Duchess of Sussex and her father. The difference now is, if something like that happens, they can press back without the palace being concerned that it's going to hurt relations between the media and the people that are really important in the monarchy, which are the current sovereign and the heir apparent. Or the story in the Telegraph that allegedly Meghan made Kate cry. Sorry, can't correct that. It could make Catherine look bad. And yes, that is part of the toxic contract between the British media and the British royal family, which I discuss with a very special guest, and that information I will be dropping tomorrow. This is not a concern over press strategy. This is fear and anger over a couple that the British media no longer has access to. Because in leaving the UK and leaving working royal life, Harry and Meghan took away that power. They no longer have to answer questions from the same people that write vile filth about them days prior. They can go on tours and not invite the British media, which was pointed out in a royal appointment from a few weeks ago as concern over Harry and Meghan not inviting more media to, quote, get their message out. Yes, because notoriously, royal reporting has been passionate about highlighting the important events and causes close to Meghan's heart. You know, like this article. I will never let the story go because of the danger it put not just Meghan, but really women who had just lost their homes and friends and family in a preventable building fire who were trying to rebuild their community. They didn't deserve this shit. Maybe it is the press strategy that she's upset about, but it's not about Us Weekly. It's the fact that over the decades, the media has conceded power and entered into this agreement that they will protect the heir and the sovereign above all else. In exchange, they get negative tidbits and leaking about the spare and his wife in exchange for silence on anything that could possibly veer negative about the Prince and Princess of Wales so that they can sell papers. They've allowed themselves to be reduced to parroting palace PR point. And knowing that the Duke and Duchess of Sussex really don't need the British media, that they are now building contacts in American media, that's gotta hurt.